when it comes to what Classic lacked in that game, you could argue that he lacked maybe a little bit of conviction, right, of confidence to move out. I was surprised, like the first time that Classic pulled back home, I was shocked that he didn't recall that first time, that he just walked back home, but by the time he did, like, he had already lost so much as well. Like, it was a wild game. it was very chaotic, very chaotic. Regardless, we're getting into our next series, into a fresh best of 3, and spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player representing Mystery Gaming. It is Bunny. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss, the blue Protoss player representing Club NV. It is Creator. We go. The PVT is upon us. Again, we're going to be saying goodbye to one of these players, as this is the elimination match. Creator, he went down to Classic earlier in an ace match. To be fair, did go all the way to game 3. And earlier, Bunny did go down to Dark. Now they're facing off. And I'm really excited. I'm always excited to see kind of what Bunny brings to the table. Again, Bunny, he isn't the most active of players. He competes in WTL. That's true. He also competes in GSL. But Bunny doesn't really rock up for the online weekly tournaments like KSL or ESL Open Cups. Again, Bunny, his main attention isn't on StarCraft like it used to be. But despite that, he's still damn strong, damn powerful, and I mean, he's proving that here to make it into the top 8 of GSL. Like, that's impressive. Impressive feat. As we do have Creator being as annoying as possible, delaying the CC for a moment there. Bunny going for an economic opener, going for a Rax expand, single gas here, so nothing too out of the ordinary, and Creator does confirm that upon seeing the CC. So he knows he's safe and sound. Back at home, getting to his own gate expand as well. And we'll see what kind of direction we go in here. Again, Bunny, Creator, he has had his own thoughts about this matchup. His shout out to Creator, he does stream from time to time on his own Twitch channel, and yeah, he's had words about PVT and the current state of it, or the previous state of it, I should say. I haven't tuned into Creator in the most recent patch, but I'm sure he's well practiced, well versed, and I want to believe that Bunny is a player that Creator can keep up with. As we have our tech of choice, and it is going to be a Stargate opener here from Creator. So far, the Reaper has been zoned away. Really good movement here from our Protoss. We shut down the Reaper, and Bunny sees nothing. He doesn't know if it's a Twilight Council or a Stargate. He's in the dark. Behind this, Creator is going for his own move out as well. Adept shading out. Bunny getting into a 1-1-1 opener, should be setting up for drop play. And now that the Reaper has been dealt with, there's nothing forcing these Adepts to stay at home. So we can move out and we can threaten that mineral line. We head up the ramp, and what do we see? We get eyes on the starport. So we already know that it's not going to be a 3 racks, for example, or a 2-1-1. Starport is already on the way. So again, Creator, he's just crossing off what it could and couldn't be off a list. Piecing together what we're up against. Oh my god! What we're up against, as that is a fusion core? Wait, what? Wait, what? TY, is that you? Gumiho, is that you? Bunny, what happened? What's happening right now? What's going on? Used to be a wholesome player. Used to be standard, Bobby. What's going on? We're getting a tech lab on this starport. We're going for a BC rush, by the way. Oh my god. Bunny. I'm just completely caught off guard. I haven't seen this from Bunny before. Again, I did mention it. Gumiho has whipped this out. TY as well from time to time, experimenting with mech or even BC, and there it is, a BC rush here from Bunny. My god. And Creator, he's not going to be ready for this. This is the last thing you're going to be thinking. Like, why would you? As Creator, he's getting into his robotics bay. Okay, so a couple of things. Because it's a Stargate opener, these Phoenixes should eventually move out, and they should get eyes of the in the main base. Right now, the goal for Bunny is to zone away those Phoenixes and to keep this Fusion Core hidden, specifically the Fusion Core. Seeing a Tech Lab on a starport is not good enough because you could just assume it's going to be a Raven opener, or even like Banshee into Raven, which is a little more standard. So the production here isn't enough of a tell. As the Depths are being forced away, Yamato being researched. We're doubling down, Poppy. We're doubling down. And Bunny, he's sending it across the map, pulling a couple of boys as well to help repair, to help throw down some bunkers. And this is lined up with the battle cruiser. As we teleport across the map right into the main base. Phoenix is going to have to respond. What do we have to defend? We have one Immortal, a handful of Phoenixes, a handful of units. Not much at all. Here comes that main army, moving towards that third base. Creator being pulled apart. We are within range. Honestly, we can just keep pushing. We're taking it slow and steady. Bunker is going to be cancelled. Additional Stalkers are in production. Void Rays on the way. And we're going for the overcharge. We're going for the dive. Oh god, but that tank just so much in the back line. Marines doing what they can. They do focus down one of those Phoenixes, both of them even. Remember, there is no stim. There is no stim with this push. BC behind this will go down to the Void Ray. So far, Creator, he is holding. But the bunkers are finishing. With the help of this Void Ray, can we work through this tank? It's going to be close. We're looking for a better angle of attack. Even trying to catch some reinforcements. From behind, we can dive on top of the tanks. BC's teleporting in. And yeah, we are catching reinforcements instead. Creator, he ignores this army, which means the space is going to fall. But doesn't matter because we're going for a base trade. In a way. Colossus have arrived. We have the Yamato. Ooh, Yamato down the Colossus. Isn't enough to bring it down. But a good chunk of damage. We do push on forward. At the same time, Creator busting into the main. The boys are being pulled. The friendly fire. Tank shot's going to be going off. Raven goes down to the Phoenixes. We even lift up that tank. And it looks like Creator may just have too much. He kills 27 SCVs. The tank as well. There's nothing left back at home. Meanwhile, Bunny, it's taking him too long. The shield battery is keeping the Colossus alive. Bunny's running out of steam. We need to break in. As Creator, he's camping the production. He gets on top of the racks. He's on top of the starports. Boys are being pulled. But how can they deal with this? Across the map, the BC still trying to deal with those Stalkers and the Colossus. The Void Ray comes out, and the Void Ray can go to town on this battle cruiser. Yeah, forces the recall. Forces the teleport even. I mean, we teleport, then we recall. And after all the chaos settles down, Bunny is down to 6 workers. 6 SCVs. But he has mules, Copium. He has plus mules, to be fair. He does have mules. Not wrong. Bunny has a standing army. He's going to rotate around. Looking at the unit side, we have 2 tanks, a BC, a handful of Marines. We do lay siege upon the new third base of Creator. But Creator, he doesn't need the third. He has a stable economy. Nexus is going to burn down. God, we have so many Void Rays. And we just don't have enough anti-air. Like, again, no stim, no combat shields. Yamato goes up. That's a Phoenix. So let's get a Phoenix in the end. I'm not too sure if that was the best target, I'll be honest. Based on how much damage the last Yamato did, we could have maybe even killed the Colossus. Here we go, we dive on the army. Colossus is going ham, and Creator, he shuts this down, cleans up the BC and the tanks. GG gets called, and Creator will take game number 1. The hell did we just watch? God, that was crazy. Bunny going for his own 2-base BC play. Had a third behind it, of course. Had a third base that was on the way, but he was very committed, and I just love that. At a certain point, Creator was like, you know, The bunkers are done. The tanks are in position. Let me just base trade. I didn't like he's especially because there's no stim. It takes so long for the army of basically the army of Bunny. The only thing that really deals damage is the tanks. So it's a very slow moving army. It takes a long time to really break a base, as we saw, and eventually push into the natural and commit to a base trade. So yeah, Creator, he just ignores it, goes across the map, has so much more DPS, has so much more maneuverability, and he just kills Bunny back at home. Oh my god. Just ignores the bunkers, ignores the tanks. GG. GG, well played. I also feel like the BC was a little bit lackluster. I think there was maybe a little bit more potential if it was with the main army. Remember, the BC went for the main base and then got trapped in the corner and then just died instantly to the Void Ray. Like, it was like, it didn't really pay for itself. And I don't even think the first BC got a Yamato off because it died so quickly. Or it died too soon, maybe a better way to put it. So I can see it working, definitely, but in the end, Creator did shut it down, and with that, Creator, he takes the lead in the series, and now we're getting into game number 2. Let's go. Let us go. Oh. If Yamato units getting recalled, does the Yamato travel across the map after it? Need to test that. I'm pretty sure that's a I think that's a Fear Dragon useless fun facts, right? Because there are things that do chase. I think an interesting one as we get into this is if you recall a carrier with their interceptors out, and you recall the carrier across the map, then the interceptors they glitch and they fly all the way across the map back to the carrier, right? There's stuff like Fear Dragon, he was testing a bunch of that stuff out. I'm sure he's done a Yamato one. I'm sure he has. As we are getting into this, and here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Hecate, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Club NV. Up in the series, it is Creator. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent, we have South Korean Terran, representing Mystery Gaming, down in the series, looking to fight back. It is Bunny. Here we go. What was the other one? I think another interesting one is if you neural a carrier that was being recalled. I think not the tongue. What is it? Yeah, the appendage, the tentacle of the neural. I think that does glitch across the map. As in it breaks, but visually, graphically, I think it glitches across the map. I want to say that's a thing. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I have seen those useless fun facts, or 99% useless facts. There we go. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Shout out to Fear Dragon. He's done a lot of testing in StarCraft. Good content. As we are going to be getting into this, and so far we do have a standard opener here from Bunny, but just because the opener is standard doesn't mean that the game is going to be standard, because we saw BC's last game against Protoss, which is wild. It reminds me of who played BC against Protoss at the start of the year against Chance. I think it was Quanta. I think we casted, I believe it was HH Quanta, the Korean Terran, who did successfully make BC's work against Chance again at the start of the year, or now that I think about it, was it last year? Yeah, it was. Yeah. Sorry, it was last year. It's been so long. I can't believe I remember that. But yeah, it's always fun. Always fun to see players mix in BCs, especially when it works. As Creator is going for a very different follow-up here. He's going for a Twilight Council instead. Okay, we have a Twilight Council opener going for, I imagine, Blink. How many Stalkers, though? How many Gateways is maybe a better way to put it. How hard are we going to commit to Blink? Or how economic are we going to be instead? Terrorist needs it. And we already see quite a bit of aggression here. So the Reaper does dip in, only sees a single gateway, but we can see that one gateway is done. We have 2 gates on the way, so it's going to be a 3-gate Blink opener. With this, we're going to have a couple more extra waves of Stalkers to help defend, to gain map control, and to eventually take a 3rd base here. So middle of the road, not the most economic opener, but not the most aggressive one either from Creator. Back at home, we are continuing Cyclone production, going for a Viking as well. Hallucination comes in, just getting a full scout, confirming the 1-1-1. But yeah, this is already quite a lot of Cyclones, and we're moving out. We are going to be pushing. Now, thankfully for Creator, he did invest in in that one extra gateway, so he has extra warp-ins. Can go toe-to-toe with this army. Does run into those Cyclones. Ooh, one Stalker goes down already. Second Stalker's going to get caught out. Yeah, forced to pull back. And we need to recall. Can we save it? Ooh, we barely do not. Recall gets wasted. Second Stalker falls. And Bunny, he's got a lot of momentum. Pushes forward towards that natural. The lock-ons are looking real. Viking even lands as well to add some DPS. But the shield battery keeps everything alive. The shield battery is popping off. Now we have the overcharge as well. Second Cyclone goes down, and Bunny is running out of steam, just smashing his face against the brick wall. It does not break, does not budge. Creator is holding. The overcharge does run out, but at the same time, like, Bunny doesn't really have too many units left to work with. He has 2 Cyclones and a Viking. Again, I'm sure Bunny was hoping that Creator would be more economic, hoping for a 2-gate opener into a 3rd. But if you remember, the Reaper didn't see the 3rd gateway. So Bunny was in the dark. Took a bit of a risk, took a bit of a gamble, did not work out. And now Creator can counterattack. Now, as Creator pushes out, he's taking his 3rd base on location. Do have that Robo finishing up as well. Blink is done. We can dive right into the main. And what is in the main base? We have a tank, but it's looking a little bit exposed, looking vulnerable. We could even ignore it. There we go. We dive right on the tank. It does get 2 shots. Tank goes down. We dive on top of that tech lab as well, camping the production. Stim is not done. Bear that in mind. Viking is going to zone back that Warp Prism. But the Viking falls as well. So far, a good pick-off here from Creator. Thankfully, that second tank does pop out in time, but not within range to help protect this mineral line. SCVs are going down. Prism does survive. Cyclone overextends. Tank does waddle down towards the natural, but that does expose the main. 3rd CC under fire, and we go for a warp in right into the main base. And Bunny's being pulled apart. Again, because of his Cyclone opener, because of how invested he was, that did delay tank production, and that means that he can only ever have 1 at a time. Oh, the Prism! Prism does overextend. Speaking of, though, the tank on the low ground just went down. The Marines, they just cannot keep up. Vanilla Marines are just so slow, so immobile. These Stalkers should go down in the main base. Another tank is on the way. But Creator, he's just achieving so much with so little here. The boys are being pulled once again. And throughout all of this, Creator, he's just chilling back at home. He's just saturating his 3rd base, getting it up and running. The Stalkers, they head back into the mineral line once again. And there we go. We recall back home. Finally, Creator, he is going to give Bunny some room to breathe. But I'm afraid to look at the units lost tab. We got 2 tanks, we got the Cyclones, Marines, the Vikings, 11 SCVs. Ay. The Unsiege! Oh, that's so unfortunate. We unsiege at the wrong moments and the tank will go down. And here come the reinforcements. Creator just doubling down here on these Stalkers. Behind this, we have Charge on the way. Storm as well. It's not like Creator's all in, not at all. He's taking up behind this. He's just getting so much done just because of the deficit that Bunny has. Because of those Cyclones early on. Tank volley's going to be going off. Actually, big shots. Oh my god. Creator losing a little bit there. Losing some Stalkers. But I think he can afford to. I think it's okay. Stim is going to finish up in 10 seconds. Cast Geyser goes down. Creator, he backs off. He rotates over. He can rotate over towards the 3rd. Oh, no shot. Can he get a kill? He can. Ay. That's going to be a kill on the 3rd CC. And Bunny, things are just not going his way this game. He invested so much into that earlier push and did fall behind as a result. Did not achieve the damage he was looking for. Takes down an observer. At this point, he is all in. 7 Raxes on 2 bases. At this point, we have to pull the boys. Like, there's no shot we can macro out of this. He at least has Ravens, and I believe he has Interference Matrix. Looking at the upgrades, he does. He has Stim and that Disable. So he could maybe take a fight. But back at home, Creator is getting a 4th up and running, and he doesn't even have Disruptors. He has Storm! Storm in that Prism. Not like this. If it was a Colossus-based army, maybe, but here come the Storms. Big connections on the Marines. The boys have been pulled, but we have 3 more Storms in the chamber. We got plenty more where that came from. And the boys know they're going into the Storms. Second one zones back the army. 3rd and 4th, they connect with everything else. As else they come in from behind, we swallow up those tanks. There's 1 tank left, and it goes down as well. And with that, GG is going to be called. Creator cleans up the army. He takes the 2-0. Creator advances on to the decider match. GG. GG, well played. Creator looking quite strong here. Again, so happened to be going for a 3-gate opener, so he had plenty of Warpins available. He had plenty of Stalkers available for the first attack. Did lose 2, if you remember, did lose 2 Stalkers. So things were looking a little bit shaky, but he had a shield battery. He had an overcharge available. Creator, he shut down the Cyclone push and then immediately went for a counterattack. And he did so much with it, picking off tank after tank, SCVs, add-ons, tech labs, even killed the 3rd CC. That was heartbreaking. Heartbreaking to see that 3rd CC go down, and Creator, he just snowballed out of control. My condolences to Bunny. I appreciate that Bunny did try some creative kind of play styles here. Game 1 was wild, going BC or going for a BC rush in TvP, something you don't get to see often enough, for good reason. It's not the most consistent of builds, but I appreciate that we saw something different out of Bunny as well. Likewise, didn't have the worst showing against Dark either, but does bow out here in the round of 8s, which again, hey, top 8 in Korea. Not too shabby. So GG, well played. I'm sure we'll be seeing more of Bunny. We have been seeing more of Bunny in WTL. We still have a couple of weeks left of World Team League, and Bunny is representing Mystery Gaming, so plenty more Bunny action in the coming weeks on the CranKy Ducklings. Still is at least competing for his team. Meanwhile, Creator advances on into the decider match. Here we go.